Hello, Wes here, coming to you from Zooland Campground near the North Carolina State Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina. And I think the last I made an entry was in Kentucky, in the Appalachian, up there in Dandy Boone National Forest. And a couple weeks ago I came across the Appalachians and came to the place that I grew up. This is very near the place that I grew up, and both my parents and my sister and her kids and lots of friends, my stepsisters. I grew up with my stepdad and family and mom and sister just about 15 miles from here, south of Thomasville. But anyways, yeah, so this is my first trip back to my land of my upbringing, for longer than I would like to admit. It's been a while, so figured I was headed back to Florida and I should probably come pay them a visit. I'm not getting any younger. And you know, I like this place very much in the spring. Today is the first day of fall. Doesn't feel like it, but still cooler than it would be in Florida right now. So I'm actually not heading straight back to Florida from here. I'm going to Raleigh area next, which is where I went to university and lived for 15 years. I'm gonna catch up with some friends there and former co-workers, and staying at Lake Jordan. Should be nice. I'm just going to spend 6 days there. Then I'm actually heading back to Florida, but I'm not even headed straight back home then because it's still too warm. And I have 2 weeks booked at a Border Force Sky campground. I'm hoping to possibly get some astrophotography in. I'll probably only stay there a week, but I have 2 weeks booked there. So I still have 3 weeks left officially, but it'll probably be 2 weeks. But yeah, nearing the end of this particular journey. I've surpassed 10,000 total miles traveled since I left my house in Florida, April 5th. So that's a milestone. That makes this one officially the longest road trip I have been on. Granted, it took me 5.5 months to do that, so that's not really a surprise. I've actually been moving at a slower rate for the most part. But yeah. So I had a work week and a on-call work week last week, so I didn't get much visiting in, but this week I took off, and next week I'm taking off. And I got a lot of visiting in this week with friends and family, which was good. And this is a nice campground too. It's a private campground. I haven't stayed at a whole lot of private campgrounds, but it's nice. It's expensive. It's the most expensive place I've stayed, but they do have nice facilities. I got this nice little river here. You can see behind me, right along this little river. So I spent the last week living in a van down by the river. Shout out to my long dearly departed funny man, Chris Farley, in that famous sketch. But yeah, good to be back home. But back to my home of my youth, anyways. I went to Morrow State Park with my father a couple days ago. That's nice. I grew up here. It's only an hour and a half from where I grew up, and I never went there growing up. One of those things is like, why didn't I explore this area? So this area is nice. This is, rolling hills. Not bad. It is too hot in the summer. Not every day, but like Florida, but it is a lot of hot days here in the summer, and it's plenty of humidity. I mean, it's probably 95% humidity right now. Luckily, it's only like 75 degrees, but it's going to be up to like 88 today, first day of fall. So not exactly pleasant. Not even exactly much cooler than back home, but it does get cooler at night. But daytime temps are as high or higher much of the time in the summertime. So, yeah. Well, weather-wise, for sure, I would select Florida over here, but I certainly wouldn't mind having a plot of land here that I can, because I have some of his friends of the family that I could spend longer periods of time, that I don't have to spend $600 a week staying here. But of course that plot of land doesn't come free either, so it's a trade-off. But yeah, I think that's about it. Anybody from this area that might happen to be watching this, which isn't very many people, because not many people watch my videos, but if you happen to be living in this area and you've never been to Morrow Mountain State Park, that is in the what's the name of that state forest? Uwharrie, or National Forest. Uwharrie National Forest. And it is quite beautiful. It is more of a mountain than I had given it credit for. It is 900 feet, and it's overlooking some rivers. It is quite pretty. But glad I went down there. But yeah, checkout time has arrived. I don't know if they're actually going to run me off at 11, but that's the official checkout time. So I guess I better hook up my trailer. I'm only traveling an hour today. This is definitely my shortest transit. 50 miles in 1 hour. I can't check in there till 3. So, anyways, those are details that nobody out there cares about. But yeah, Zooland campground, family campground. And you got a pool, laundry room. It's a nice place. Clean facilities. Showers. Yeah. And for me personally, not far from, just a lot of the reason why I make these vlogs, not far from family at all, so nice. And they do have longer terms. You don't have to rent it by the day. You can rent it by the week and the month too. I don't know how. I didn't look into how expensive that was, but it is an option. There's a campground in the Morrow Mountain State Park. Very few power spots, and nothing looked like that where Starlink would work, so it wouldn't be a working destination. This place has good Wi-Fi. I forgot to mention that. I didn't even break out the Starlink here. They actually have, I don't know if you can see one, there's a repeaters there, and that spreads the Wi-Fi throughout the park, and it's not incredibly fast, but it's fast enough. So that was nice. I didn't have to use the Starlink here. So anyways, yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough here. Yeah, had a good time. And still a couple more weeks before I make it back to my actual house. But yeah, not that far though. I'm only 10 hours away. If I left right now, I could be home today, but not gonna do that. Got more stuff to see, more roads to travel. So as usual, stay tuned.